Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who regretted meeting their online friends. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. It was supposed to be a date. She had her hand on another guy's leg at the bar. Oh, that's awkward. Wait, why? That's so awkward. Where did the other guy come from? Like, was he just a random guy? She ditched you for a random guy? She flew in town to be a bridesmaid in my wedding, and she decided to cheat on her husband with one of the groomsmen and blame me for that. Because it was my wedding, so that clearly makes it my fault she was unfaithful. What is this? Why do people who cheat just blame other people? Like, it's your fault. Stop blaming other people. They're basically just like, well, you're the one who was having a wedding. If you didn't have a wedding, then I wouldn't be able to cheat. Life is hard. I invited him over to my house and he pooped all over my toilet. Just to clarify, it was not in the toilet. It was on the seat and a bit of it landed on the floor. How do you poop like that? This just reminds me of how sometimes you go in a public bathroom and then there's like one toilet that's just the worst toilet ever. Like, you don't understand how someone could have pooped on the toilet cover. You know, like there's poop up there. Yeah, like what happened? Like, were they like squatting while pooping and then it just like flew or something? Because I never understand that, and it's just like, how do you poop so bad? Like, you had one job. Really? Really? You couldn't aim in the toilet bowl? Pooping? Really? I actually worked with this lady at the time. She was good looking and very flirtatious. Most importantly, we both played World of Warcraft. She ended up inviting me to join her server, and being a then horny 20-something, I, of course, joined up. I love how they had to include being the horny 20-year-old. We played for a time and had a good PvP group going, her regulars. Of course, she was still flirty with me in-game and I was back, all in group chat. Either way, we had some great times together slaying players in PvP. Summer comes and it's a company barbecue. I find out she is bringing one of our PvP partners to the event. Cool. It was her husband, a cop. I've been virtually sexting her in-game in front of him for 3 months. So he knew about it? Oh my gosh, they must have been laughing, eh? I mean, I feel like if that was her husband and they were in the same game together and he could witness all of that, he was probably just finding it funny. Or like the both of them were just making fun of him, you know? Because he knew about it. The husband knew about it. So obviously he must have been like, oh my gosh, this dude is so thirsty, ha ha ha. You know? And they must be laughing about it. Like, yeah. Oh, I feel bad now. I was 13 and had a 20-year-old pen pal in Hong Kong. Both of us female. We met on Tumblr and emailed each other regularly. My parents were CC'd in all our correspondence, and we basically just talked about our cultures. About a year of us talking went by, and she said that her university allowed her to study abroad in Europe for a semester, and she chose my country. Fun. I was excited. However, some time went by and our friendship kinda faded, to the point where I had forgotten she was even coming to my country. About 2 weeks before she was supposed to come, she emailed me that her student accommodation had to be cleaned out, so she couldn't access it on the night that she arrived. She needed a place to stay for 1 night. I asked my mum and she agreed to pick her up from the airport with me, and she could stay with us for 1 night. I mean, we trusted this girl. I was very open about my friendship with her and we had pictures and everything. So 2 weeks later, we pick her up from the airport and we didn't click. She kinda annoyed me, but it was late and so we just went home. We get home and get her settled. We went up to my room and she gave me some presents and we chat a little bit. She says, thanks for letting me stay here this semester. Huh? Excuse me? This semester? I asked her, like, what do you mean? You can stay here tonight. You can see each other during the weekends if you want to hang out, but you can't stay here. She goes quiet. We go to sleep. At this point, I just wanted her to go away, and I got what I wanted. The next morning, I wake up, and she's gone. I don't even know how she got out, because we lock the doors at night, but she just vanished. We have special locks that you need a key for to open, and the key was somewhere else in the house. Yes, I think this is a fire hazard. No, my mum can't be convinced it's unnecessary. Her suitcase was still there. I tried calling her. She didn't pick up. She eventually texted me, asking if my mother could drop off her suitcase at a train station 40 minutes away at a certain time. My mother brought the suitcase, and that was that. Never seen her or spoken to her again after that. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I don't even know what happened. I mean, like, she should have just been straightforward about everything. The fact that she hid some things from them, like, you know, she was like, thank you for letting me stay here for the entire semester. But she didn't mention that to them at all, is just plain rude. And it's just making it hard for them, you know? Like, if you really wanted to stay there the entire semester, you should have been upfront about it. Not beat around the bush like that. Not be like, can I stay here one day? Thank you for letting me stay the entire semester. That's odd. Also, for those wondering why she annoyed me, she treated my mother like a taxi driver, and she shut down everything I said to her. She was rude to me until she gave me the presents, after which she directly started talking about staying with me for the whole semester. She didn't want to talk to me after I said that I told her she could stay for one night on that exact date. I told her we could discuss it with my parents in the morning. Her and my English were both great, and we had discussed specific dates. Oh my gosh. She just sounds really, really rude now. Wow. She was rude until she wanted to ask for a favor, you know? That's the worst. That just shows you someone's trying to use you. Like, they're just faking everything and just being nice to you because they want to use you. How rude. Treating her friend's mum like a taxi driver. Not even being grateful about it. He told me he was a vampire within 10 minutes. What? They met their online friend and then their friend is like, I'm actually a vampire. He catfished me. Always bragged about how he lost a bunch of weight and then looked like the before pictures he posted. Not that I personally cared, but he got a lot of online attention from girls because of this. Also, he made fun of me for being poor. That is, having a beat up car, eating cheap food, etc. What a douche. Wow. Rude. How dare he? Really? How do you change after meeting someone in real life though? You know what I mean? Like, so many people have like online friends right now, yeah? And then you think they're such a great person and you get along with them while chatting with them every single day, right? And then you meet them in real life and they're different? What do you mean? All those calls were fake. What? Like, I would understand it if they were shy in real life, you know, because that's totally fine. It's always awkward when you meet someone for the first time, especially if they're your online friend. So being shy and awkward is fine. But if you're mean when you were nice online, that's a different story. Like, what happened to your nice personality? Met up with a friend I met in World of Warcraft. I fell down steps. Instead of helping or asking if I am okay, she laughed hard. Like not breathing on the floor, gasping for air, still clapping hard. We've been friends for like 8 years ever since that, and she still reminds me. When your best friend falls over and you take videos of them instead. Oh, they've been friends for 8 years after that incident. Wow, that's kind of cool. We went to a convention and he drunkenly told me and my boyfriend that he wished we weren't together so he could sleep with me. It was very awkward, and he's lucky my boyfriend, now husband, is a patient man. Oh, that could have went wrong fast. When I was 14, I had an online friend 2 states away who was 14. He and his mum took a trip to see me, and the first thing we did when we saw each other was run full speed at one another. Our heads bounced off each other and I chipped my tooth and broke my braces. I'm pretty sure his front tooth was also loose and had to go to the dentist to fix it. What the heck? They must have been so excited. Wow, that's kind of adorable. Oh my gosh. That must have happened in such a short amount of time, you know? Like, you're so happy and you're so excited to see someone, and then 1 second later, you're missing a tooth. When I was 19, I jumped on a flight to meet a friend I had known for about 4 to 5 months. We both went through family difficulties and were a shoulder to cry on for each other, via the phone or internet, and we just decided to meet for a few days in a country between us. Until then, everything had been perfect. She was the coolest girl, really smart, the kind of person you want to be around all the time. When we met, things started great, but a day later she confessed, "You're not what I expected." What? 19-year-old and not very confident? This knocked me sideways. I don't know, just you seem different. I never hid who I was before we met, was completely open, and it put a real sour taste on the rest of my time with her. Instead of chatting non-stop and watching TV in the hotel at night, we went quiet and straight to sleep, ate in silence. I put as much effort as I could into it, but I still never got to the bottom of how I was different. We went our separate ways, texted for a few days, and then never spoke again. But he said he never hid anything. Maybe she was just imagining too much in her mind. You know, when you haven't met someone yet, or like when you have a crush on someone, you just have like an image of them in your mind that you make up. And then you get to know them, or like you meet them, and then you realize that's not who they are. But it's really your fault for imagining all that. You know, like you painted a picture of them in your mind, and then they don't meet what you've painted in your mind, you know? Why? Why do we do that? Why? Like, why do we fantasize about someone who we don't really know about, you know? And we always paint them as such a nice and cool person in our minds. It's kind of weird. He got freakishly obsessive and possessive. Met online through a fandom. After a few years, the fandom pretty much fell apart, but a handful of us stayed friends because we actually had a fair amount in common. D was very normal. The rest of the group seemed to love him. About 4 years after just being online mates, we met in person. It went fine. We interacted a lot. I hit a really busy period in my life, but managed to squeeze in a Christmas get-together at my place for my little group of friends, including D. After that, my online activity decreased drastically due to being busy, and when I managed to get on Facebook, I noticed that most of the group were no longer friends with D. Weird, but whatever. I checked my messenger and saw message after message after message asking why I wasn't responding, what I was doing, could we arrange a meetup, etc. I explained I was super busy and it was also coming up to the anniversary of my mum's death, so just give me some time and we'll see about meeting up another time. He said, "Oh yeah, I forgot about the anniversary. You can have that day, but I expect a response after." Screw that. I blocked him, so he sent email after email after email asking me, "What is your problem? What do you think you are doing?" etc. So I blocked his email too. Whoa, that's scary. Oh my gosh. How do you get obsessive and possessive over a friend like that? I'll be afraid too, you know, I'll be scared. After 3 very peaceful weeks, there was a knock on my door. Oh, it was D, and he had a 6-page letter detailing why we had to be friends. I shut the door, used an anonymous email thing to tell him if he contacted me again, showed up at my door, I would call the police. Went on Facebook and told everyone, including the 2 remaining mutual friends, about it all, and could the mutuals not share anything about me/my life, and actively discourage him from attempting to make contact. He showed up at their door? What the heck? That is so scary. Yo, why is he so attached? You know, why is he so clingy and obsessive and possessive? I swear, I feel like some people don't understand what being busy means, you know? Like, if someone's busy, then they're busy, alright? They can't meet you, they are busy. Like, you being overly attached doesn't make them any less busy. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!